Hello there. Right, this is video number 2 in my little video series. There's going to be 4 videos in this, and the series is based upon 20 reasons, and those 20 reasons are why you should start your own eBay store. I've sat down, taken a bit of time to come up with these, and it's just basically giving you the inspiration to get started. It is the hardest thing to do, is to get started. Actually saying that, maybe I should do a video on how I got started. There we go. I'll make a note of that. I'm not going to bore you with that story now, because you want to crack on with this, don't you? Let's go, shall we? These are reasons 6 to 10 as to why I feel you should start your own eBay store. So reason number 6 is that you are part of a big community. Be part of the community. You might not realize this when you first start, but eBay is huge. And as soon as you start putting things on your shop, you are part of that community. And I'm telling you now, that community is supportive. It is not sort of like trying to put each other out of business. And I think the reason behind that is because it's a relatively new business, and it's growing. If you look at my reason number 1, is basically get into it. E-commerce, at the moment, 25% of all purchases are made online. So that should say to you that there is still a lot of space available to grow. And normally when things are growing, okay, as eBay is at the moment, and as e-commerce is at the moment, you normally find that people are far more supportive. Okay, please don't feel that everybody's trying to outdo everybody. They're not. Okay, if you go on things like YouTube, if you look at blogs, if you look at articles in magazines, you will find tons of stuff that can give you really helpful advice, hints and tips to help you to grow your business. Okay, and it's not just the content creators, it's not just the people putting things onto the eBay shop, it's also the customers as well. I've got some repeat customers that come back to my store now, and that's great. And they do message me because they want me to combine the postage if they buy more than one thing. But you can message them back saying thank you very much, blah blah blah, and be as helpful as you can, and you get nice messages back. And believe me, getting a nice message is far better than getting a horrible one. Okay, that is, I would much rather have a nice message compared to one saying that the thing that you just sold me isn't up to scratch. So, yeah, all right. Reason number 6 is that you are part of a community. You can choose whether you want to dive into it or not, but believe me, you will be so surprised at just how supportive it is. I did mention YouTube. If you look on my channel, I do actually have a video that is entitled 5 decent YouTubers to watch, or something along those lines anyway. And I've listed 5 YouTube channels that I think will help massively if you are starting on your eBay tour. Okay, your eBay tour, your tour of eBay, your eBay shop. Okay, get in there. Reason number 7, it's serving a purpose. Your shop serves a purpose. To me, my purposes are to give people decent stuff at a decent price, okay? To make people realise, at the moment, because I'm reselling, so I'm not selling anything brand new, or I very rarely do. I have sold some things that are brand new, and it is something that I'm going to be looking at doing. But at the moment, I am reselling, okay? So my purposes at the moment is, number 1, to keep stuff out of landfill. Okay, number 2, to act as like a middleman. If I see something that I think somebody will want at a decent price, I'll get it, put it on my shop, and then that person that wants it will buy it. Okay, in a way, I am the middleman. okay, and I get paid for that service. So, you know, that is serving a purpose. Also, it is serving a purpose to provide people with a good, because let's face it, the high street isn't, the footfall in high streets is going down, okay? The buying on the internet is going up. So therefore, any eBay shop that you start will serve a purpose, because it's filling that gap that is created by footfall in high streets going down. People won't like it, okay? People think that, oh, you know, it would be so nice to have the high streets back, to have everybody going down there. Wasn't it great when we all did that? Yes, it was. But unfortunately, you can't stop progress, okay? And the progress in the internet has been huge, and this is one of the things that the internet does. People are becoming time poor, okay? People are much more into getting things done, making money, that, you know, that they haven't even, some haven't even got time to go shopping now. Everything's done online, okay? So, you know, your shop of whatever you sell or whatever you choose to sell will serve a purpose. It will, like, if you're reselling, it keeps things out of landfill and gives things a second chance, a second life. If you're not reselling and buying things brand new, then the purpose is providing people with that product, okay? And it's up to you to work out if people actually need that product or not, and how to market that product. But your shop will serve a purpose, okay? So again, that is another reason to get in there. Have the confidence, take the dive, do it. And if it doesn't work, your shop's still there, okay? Your platform is still there. Evolve, change. You can change the name of your shop. You can change the name of your store. I think if you change it, you can't change it again for another 30 days or something along those lines. And you can only have, I think there's a limit to how many name changes you can have within the year, but it's still a good reason, okay? Get in there. Reason number 8, and part of that is what you're watching at the moment, okay? Reason number 8 is that once you've started your shop, it can open up other opportunities. It soon became apparent to me when I started my shop that because I was looking at YouTubers and seeing what they did and what they were talking about and the sort of things that they were talking about, it soon became apparent to me that there was a gap in the market about somebody doing videos to educate, to tell people about what to do on eBay to have better chances of success. And that was the other opportunity that opened up for me, starting this eBay channel. There are other opportunities as well if you get involved in eBay. You can do a podcast about it. You can write blogs about it. You can write articles about it. You know, you can tell other people about it. Okay, it opens up a huge amount of other opportunities. So it's not just the shop. Okay, the shop is a platform in which to sell. Okay, and there's, I think at the last count, there were 180 million worldwide users. Okay, that's a lot. That is a lot. That's more than your local Facebook marketplace. Okay, much more. All right, so people are interested. People are wanting to know about how, okay, what, why, where, when. So my opportunity from this was to give out that information and start these videos. But video content making isn't for everybody. As I said, there's so many different things that you can do, okay? You can maybe start to niche into a product and then find that actually there's other products that you can niche into as well, okay? Or you can just stick with one and try and make yourselves the very, very best. And by trying to make yourself the very, very best, there's other opportunities that could open up. So definitely opens up other opportunities is a massive reason for starting an eBay store. And most of you, if you're thinking of starting one, won't even know what those opportunities are. okay? If you're going to learn to swim, you got to get wet. So get wet, get in, dive in, put your swimmers on. Let's get moving. Reason number 9. I quite like this one. It keeps your mind active, okay? That's my 9th reason, keeping your mind active. It's a hobby. At the moment, it's a nice side hustle for me to do. I've always had an interest in business, always. At the moment, I work in education and have done now for many years. And I've always had that thought, could I have done it on my own? Could I have started up my own business? I mean, I'm 49 now, so I grew up in the 80s. And there was opportunity to start your own business up then, but nothing like there is now. And I'll be honest with you, I'm really, really enjoying it. It is certainly keeping my mind active. I'm enjoying the sourcing. I'm enjoying the marketing. I'm enjoying the packing and sending off and making the spreadsheets to track profits and losses. It's all good, okay? I'm not just coming home from work, collapsing on the sofa and putting Netflix on. Yes, I'll watch a bit of Netflix. I do enjoy a bit of Netflix, okay? But it's not... I'm finding that during the day, I'm thinking about what I can do that evening. It is certainly keeping my mind active and allowing me to grow and allowing me to develop new skills. All right. If you were to ask me 18 months ago whether I could record a series of videos on my phone, put them all together with a little bit of text at the bottom and with a thumbnail, I was about to say a decent thumbnail then. That's up to you to decide whether they're decent or not. But it is a skill that I've taught myself, okay? I do those on Canva. But it's kept my mind active, okay? And it is something that I've enjoyed. Be confident as well. Start small, begin to grow, okay? Don't think to yourself that, oh, what if I fail? Well, then don't buy loads of stuff right at the start. Start small, grow, okay? And it's those sort of decisions that you have to make that help to keep your mind active, okay? So, certainly, if you are somebody who finds yourself getting a little bit bored at night, okay, or finding yourself in a bit of a routine, it certainly is something. The more you put in, the more that you will get out. Okay, but however much you put in is totally and utterly up to you. Totally. All right. And what was it? Hang on a minute. I'll just check. Yeah. Point number 3 that I made was that it's flexible. And that is a huge aspect of doing something like this. You can do it whenever you want to do it and how much you want to do it. Okay. But at the same time, it's keeping that thing up there ticking over and ticking over nicely. Nice little reason, that one. That's reason number 9. Point number 10. I'm just going to do it now because this is the 4th take I've had for point number 10, because it is quite a difficult point to get across without coming across as maybe big-headed isn't the word. I don't want to sound as though I'm talking down to anybody. That's not the way that I want to come across. I don't want to come across as saying, you must do this, okay? But it certainly is something that I've realised recently, that it is something that you do have to do, okay? And that is, basically, point number 10 is that you can use this to put money into an ISA, to plan for retirement. That big golden sun in the sky in the future, okay? Now, I don't want to come across as a preacher. I don't want to come across as somebody that's saying that, oh, I'm making thousands of pounds doing this. At the moment, I'm not, okay? But it is a nice little bonus, all right? I think the other morning I had £190 paid into my eBay account. I get paid weekly. And so I've got to take out of that any sort of like expenses that I've had during the week and any postage, all right? But it's still left a nice little amount there that you can begin to put aside weekly into an ISA, and it soon begins to grow. And that is important as far as I'm concerned. So this is a very good way of developing a little bit of a retirement fund, or an ISA to run alongside your main earnings. However, I don't particularly want to keep mentioning that R word, but it is something that we all need to consider. I don't care if you're in your teens watching this video, in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, okay? That R word, we all have to consider, okay? I am a teacher, okay? And there, I've admitted it, finally, okay? But in the lessons that I do, there's one of the lessons that I do is I teach the year 11s at the moment, finance. And we're talking about mortgages and we're talking about savings and stuff like this. And I'm getting through to them. Don't see pensions as just for old people. You've got to start to consider this as well. All right. And they're getting it. They're getting it. And some are actually quite into it. But yeah, so reason number 10 is you can put a little bit aside every month into an ISA. Remember, you can put £20,000 aside each year into an ISA tax-free. Okay, so that this is a perfect opportunity to do that, to develop my ISA to a level that I'm happier with. Also as well, I mean, at the moment this is a second income, and personally I think it's a mistake to have the second income coming in and then including it in like your mortgage and your bill payment. If you have to do it, you have to do it. Of course you do. Okay, you know, I'm not basically saying that you can't use this money for things like that, but the idea to grow this so that maybe in the future I can take an early retirement, because if I take an early retirement, my retirement pot is going to reduce, so I will need something to come in to replace that reduction. So if I can grow this, not rely on it at the moment, but keep it to one side and let it grow, maybe then I can pull it in more in the future. So that to me is, I mean, look, the reasons that I'm giving you are mental, okay, keeping your mind active, enjoying it and stuff like this, but also some of the reasons that I'm giving you are financial as well, and this is one of those financial reasons. Okay, I mean, at the moment I've got an ISA. I'm not a financial advisor, by the way, okay, but I will tell you who I've got my ISA with. My ISA is with Trading 212, and they pay a cash ISA at 5.2% a year, which isn't bad. Probably looking at, we're all probably looking at those sort of rates going down, okay, over the next couple of years or so, but hey, that's just the way it is. But yeah, retirement, that big R word, it is something that we will have to consider, and this is something that can contribute towards it. There, I've done it finally. That took a few attempts, that one did, because as I said, I just didn't want to come across as like a bit of a big head or anything like that. But please, you've got to consider retirement, because I fully believe that because we are living longer, and that's good. That's good. Medical technology, knowledge, all things like this, we're all living longer. And the government are really going to struggle to pay everybody's pension, I feel anyway. Okay, if the population begins to grow in the way that it is a problem that they have. So, you know, the obvious thing to do is to start up your own as well. All right, I would say it is a bit of a mistake. Again, I don't want to sound big-headed, all right, but it is a bit of a mistake to solely rely on the government. All right, do something for you. All right, do something for you, and start to do this and put a bit of money aside and watch it grow. That is reason number 10. So there you have it. There's reasons 6 to 10. I hope it makes you want more. Okay, I hope that you're looking forward to next week's instalment, which will be reasons 11 to 15. But my name's James Smith and I run channel JR74. You'll see underneath the video, there's also some of my paid promotions that I put onto my videos. It's just something that you can look at, things that I get my stuff from, like the printers that I use, the plastic bags that I use to wrap all my products that I sell, you know, the sellotape that I get, and all stuff like this. So all of that is in my description underneath, and links to the Amazon store. You know, browse at your pleasure. Okay, so as I said, this is Smithy out for now. Please like, comment, subscribe to your heart's content. Hope you're enjoying what I'm doing, and I hope you are finding it useful. All right, this is Smithy out. Bye bye.